ABSA Marathon is back. Be part of Zambia's biggest and most anticipated marathon. Join us on the 6th of September 2025 for a day of fun, personal milestones, and unforgettable memories. And now with the World Athletics label, you don't want to miss a chance to write your fitness story. Register today at absamarathonzambia.co.zm. Get your slot at 600 kwacha or 500 kwacha when you pay using any of your ABSA cards. Your story matters. ABSA.
For in-depth news coverage from across Zambia, local and national news, business, politics and sports, this is the Sun FM News, brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.
The news.
Hello, with the news. My name is Imelda Chikwati. The headlines. Police reinforcements from the mobile unit have successfully displaced of over 25,000 illegal gold miners from Kikonge area of Mufumbo district in the northwestern province following their arrival in the area. The Ministry of Community Development and Social Services is currently dispersing 1.2 billion kwacha in social cash transfers to more than 1.3 million targeted vulnerable and poor households across the country for the May-June 2025 payment cycle. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development's Permanent Secretary for Administration, Dr. Gabriel Pollen, has emphasized that Constituency Development Fund CDF projects must deliver real and measurable impact in communities across Zambia. Copper Queens coach Nora Haple acclaims her side's determination and overall performance in their Total Energies CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON 2024 opener.
The news. 88.5 Sun FM.
Police reinforcements from the mobile unit have successfully displaced of over 25,000 illegal gold miners from Kikonge area of Mufumbo district in the northwestern province following their arrival in the area. A check at the Kikonge Old Pit and the Chief's Pit today by a team of cabinet ministers led by Defense Minister Mr. Ambrose Lufuma revealed that the illegal miners have run away to nearby areas following the security intervention. Mr. Lufuma told journalists the Ministry of Defense will not allow lawlessness in Kikonge as they are not just a health hazard but also a recipe for conflicts and other social ills. Mr. Lufuma said the defense and security wings have cordoned off a 120-kilometer radius of Kikonge area, which is rich in gold, in order to stop the illegal mining activities. He bemoaned that illegal mining leads to loss of revenue to the government and environmental damage to the ecosystem, especially with the many pits that have developed in Kikonge, 21 kilometers from Mufumbo Boma. Mr. Lufuma explained that government wants the area cordoned off so that a well-structured mining operation can start in the near future and one which will benefit the whole nation. And Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Jack Mwimbo has disclosed that over 20 vehicles, over 100 scanning machines and gold detectors and 5 guns have been confiscated from the illegal miners following the police operations. Mr. Mwimbo said some of the seized guns were military ones, a situation which shows that the illegal miners were also armed to the teeth apart from mining without authorization. He narrated that on the day the illegal miners rioted, they injured 5 police officers who were currently being treated in hospital. Mr. Mwimbo said more reinforcements will be sent to Mofumbwe to deal with the problem of illegal mining, which was still prevalent. He directed the police officers to ensure they displaced everyone who was still hanging around Kikonge area following the cordoning of the area. Meanwhile, Northwestern Province Minister Robert Lihefo has discouraged people from the area to stop illegal mining. Mr. Lihefo said there was need for those who want to engage in mining to work with the government so that they can be organized. Others on the ministerial entourage were Zambia Air Force Commander Lieutenant General Oscar Nyoni, Zambia National Service Deputy Commander and Chief of Staff Major General Ruben Mwewa, Inspector General of Police Grafio Msamba, Zambia Correctional Service Commissioner General Derek Chilukutu, and Zambia Army Chief of Operations Brigadier General Barry Mutale. This is according to a joint press statement issued by Paul Shalala, Principal Public Relations Officer, Ministry of Defense, and Mwala Kalaluka, Principal Public Relations Officer at the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security. The Ministry of Community Development and Social Services has begun dispersing 1.2 billion kwacha in social cash transfers to more than 1.3 million vulnerable and poor households across the country for the May-June 2025 payment cycle. Principal Public Relations Officer Glendana Chinga confirmed the development, stating that the SCT program continues to serve as a life-saving intervention for households facing extreme poverty. Ms. Nachinga said beneficiaries include families with chronically ill persons on palliative care, female-headed households with at least 3 children under the age of 18, child-headed households, elderly-headed households, and households with persons with disabilities. She said the households are identified and enrolled after undergoing a rigorous assessment to ensure they meet the set poverty criteria. To enhance efficiency and transparency, the ministry has significantly reduced human interaction in the payment process. Currently, 78% of beneficiaries, representing 994,041 households, receive their payments through digital platforms such as mobile money and bank transfers. In addition to direct financial support, the ministry is linking SCT recipients to livelihood empowerment initiatives aimed at helping them graduate out of poverty.
Government has committed to maintaining the transfer values of 800 kwacha to a household without a person with a disability and 1,200 kwacha to a household with a person with a disability. Furthermore, we would like to report that we've made steady headways in reducing human interface in the disbursement of funds, and this is promoting accountability and transparency in the process. We would like to reaffirm our ministry's commitment to continue promoting inclusive and sustainable livelihoods for the poor and vulnerable in our society.
The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development's Permanent Secretary for Administration, Dr. Gabriel Pollen, has emphasized that Constituency Development Fund CDF projects must deliver real and measurable impact in communities across Zambia. Speaking during his inspection of CDF projects in Ndola, Copperbelt Province, Dr. Pollen stressed that proper utilization of CDF resources is critical and aids local authorities to prioritize the projects that bring lasting change to communities. His remarks come amid growing calls for transparency and accountability in the implementation of CDF-funded programs. Dr. Pollen's visit follows a recent directive from the ministry requiring councils to utilize CDF allocations within 48 hours of receipt. The directive was issued in response to concerns about delayed disbursements and idle funds in council accounts. He further stated that councils must submit utilization reports within 72 hours to ensure accountability and oversight.
The Permanent Secretary for Local Government and Rural Development for Administration, Dr. Gabriel Paulin, has reaffirmed government's focus on ensuring that CDF-fund projects deliver at real impact across Zambia. During a tour of CDF projects in Ndola, Dr. Paulin emphasized that all initiatives supported under the fund must translate into meaningful development for the Zambian people. The PS said CDF is a cornerstone in driving infrastructure development and economic sustainability, adding that every local authority must put the funds to good use with a clear focus on transparency.
Enhancement of infrastructure in the marketplace, which has helped the businesses to have more economic activity, and in doing so, compliance levels have also gone up in terms of paying business levies. But we also seen projects where communities asking for peace and security, and CDF has responded by construction of a community police station.
Meanwhile, Town Clerk George Mulinga highlighted that as of mid-2025, Ndola City Council has implemented dozens of CDF projects across its 4 constituencies. These include infrastructure upgrades such as schools, health centers, roads, and empowerment programs.
It's true, we've done so far 24, and as you've guided, you should be able to relate to the impact with how many people have benefited and are accessing these services. We've so far done 24. On the road infrastructure, quite a number of them. I will not take much time since you go and see what is in the field here.
The PS toured a number of CDF projects such as Chichela Bridge, Nkwazi Clinic, Mitango Police Station, Kakolo Police Station, and some water recreation projects, and many others.
Just worked in this building for 2 weeks, and we have delivered about 40 babies.
They can't walk long distances. So that was costly even for the service providers, because instead of treating an ailment, you are treating a complication. So
Beneficiaries of the projects had this to say. The Paulins' remarks follow a recent directive from the ministry mandating that councils disperse CDF within 48 hours of receipt, responding to concerns over delays and underutilized resources. From schools to clinics, roads to youth empowerment hubs, government says the success of CDF lies not in how fast it is spent, but how deeply it transforms lives. Reporting for Sun FM TV News, I'm Mama Shanshima in Ndola.
Chingola Member of Parliament Chipoka Mulenga has officially launched the long-anticipated road construction project along Chiwempala Road. The initiative forms part of the broader Kasumbalesa redevelopment program, which seeks to enhance infrastructure and improve accessibility within the district. Speaking at the launch, Mulenga expressed satisfaction that the long-standing calls from residents for the rehabilitation of the road were finally being addressed.
It has always been a problem. Tubike maboss, tukuri amasukulu, tubike umusema ule wamfya abana, ule wamfya wa doctor, ule wamfya wa teacher, ule wamfya wa market. Kata uli bwino, ichara tachenda bwino.
Also in attendance was Chingola Mayor Johnson Kangombe, who underscored the significance of the project, which he described as a major milestone in the district's ongoing efforts to upgrade infrastructure. While Chiwempala Ward Councillor Rhoda Chiwe welcomed the commencement of the works with enthusiasm and appealed to government to replicate such developments across all roads in the district.
Chiwempala Road walipata mo kliniki, Chawama kliniki.
MN clinic twakwata kuno Chuempala, but Lord Kayabagwimo. And the same Lord I studied in Chuempala Cemetery. So twalilolera nchite kusana lero twamono okweba tiiro dia tempo kugombera kukiri nsansa kaina ba community n'abasansa muka lero kyo tulelomba okupitira muri ba member of parliament wesu abale twamisha koyo musebo ukuti bamono okweba tibaloleke shepo na mbe maroads okwete muno mchingola alifa eko kugombera kuno kubitama
of Chingola constituency, in particular Chingola district. Thank you, Honorable Minister, and your entire team. These are the good works that we want to see as the community.
Furthermore, residents applauded the initiative, viewing it as a tangible demonstration of the government's commitment to service delivery and community development. The National Road Fund Agency, NRFA, collected 1.6 billion kwacha from toll gates from January to May 2025 and is set to beat the 2025 projected target of 3.308 billion kwacha. Speaking at the ongoing Zambia International Trade Fair in Ndola, NRFA Public Relations Manager Alphonsius Hamachila said the revenue was dispersed for new and ongoing road projects and related activities. Mr. Hamachila said the NRFA processed a total number of 7.9 million vehicle passages from 24 inland toll gates and 11 ports of entry across the country. The NRFA has been promoting the usage of electronic toll cards at its toll facilities across the country, and 50% of inland toll was collected using the cashless payment platform. He said the agency was complementing public-private partnerships-driven road infrastructure development by leveraging on the National Road Tolling Program. Mr. Hamachila stated that NRFA was addressing the issue of rolling out its e-toll cards at other PPP-operated toll gates with relevant stakeholders.
The National Road Tolling Program has been recording positive strides as a domestic source of revenue, contributing about 50% to the annual work plans year in and year out. And these monies have been collected from our 24 inland toll gates across the country. The government is leveraging on the National Road Tolling Program to ensure that we do raise revenue to sustainably finance road maintenance, construction, and rehabilitation. The raised revenue of 1.6 billion kwacha has been put in the common basket of funds together with other sources of revenue and have been disbursed to intended road projects and related activities undertaken by our sister agents, the Road Development Agents, Road Transport and Safety Agents, and the Ministry of Local Government and Urban Development.
Patriotic Front members of Parliament have reaffirmed commitment to civility, being reasonable, and adherence to the Constitution and parliamentary procedures, provided that presiding officers uphold consistency in line with the law and standing orders. Lukasha Member of Parliament George Chisanga expressed disappointment with Speaker of National Assembly Nelly Moti for what he described as an inconsistent application of parliamentary rules. He criticized the Speaker's refusal to recognize Mao Sampa as leader of the opposition on grounds that the matter is before the courts, despite having previously allowed the removal of Mr. Brian Mondwile under similar circumstances. Mr. Chisanga, who is also a legal practitioner, argued that the Speaker's decision lacked consistency and undermined the credibility of the House. He further criticized the current leader of the opposition, Robert Chabinga, accusing him of failing to provide effective leadership since assuming office. He alleged that Mr. Chabinga's perceived alignment with the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND, has weakened the opposition's role in Parliament.
Is that from the time Mr. Chabinga was made so-called leader of opposition, he has never provided leadership for the opposition in the parliament. And this is what has contributed to the chaotic outing that we've been seeing in this parliament. So our attempt was trying to realign parliament so that we can continue to provide credible checks and balances. But lo and behold, you saw what the Speaker did to members of Parliament. Even when we went outside just to go and canvass and agree the position, and we said, out of respect, we're going to go back in the House so that we can continue the deliberations of the day. We walked into that House, the Speaker, still aching from the rage that he had against us, asked us all to leave for the day, and we left. It was very surprising, and to call what was happening that time as confusion is confusion.
Lunte, Member of Parliament Mutotwe Kafwaya, accused the President Hakainde Hichilema of commissioning infrastructure projects initiated under the previous PF administration without acknowledging their origin. He cited the recently commissioned 100 megawatt solar power plant in Chisamba and the Kaflafuta Dam, reportedly 84% complete at the end of former President Edgar Lungu's tenure, as examples. Speaking during a major briefing, Mr. Kafwaya also dismissed claims of reduced meal prices and a stabilized exchange rate, arguing that the developments have not translated into tangible relief for ordinary citizens.
The more I get surprised. When I look at what the president has been commissioning, all of the work is for the late President Edgar Lungu. Recently, he commissioned the dam in Kaflafuta. 84% of the work was done by President Edgar Lungu. But when you listen to the ministers, the way they talk, you are really left to wonder, what type of people these ones are. The power plant, which was launched, no mention of Edgar Lungu whatsoever. I wonder what the honoring of the dead body is about.
Bus drivers at Lusaka's Kulima Tower bus station have expressed readiness to reduce fares in response to the continued drop in fuel pump prices, citing fairness to commuters. Station Chairperson Nicholas Station Chairperson Nicholas Banda told Sun FM TV News that a fare reduction of at least 1 kwacha 15 ngwe would be appropriate under the current circumstances. He opposed the proposal by the Bus and Taxi Owners Association of Zambia to apply fare reductions exclusively to diesel-powered buses, describing the approach as discriminatory and potentially confusing for both operators and passengers. Mr. Banda also urged the Energy Regulation Board, ERB, to maintain lower fuel prices for a minimum of 6 months to ensure sustained benefits for both transport operators and the public.
The government has katatu. This is the third time now. Yeah, so first and foremost, this time will come. It's my drivers, especially when Kulima Tower, and so kondela maningi. So, this is Kulima Tower, my drivers. Till my fares. At least 100 kwacha or 150. One kwacha 50 ngwe or 1 kwacha. You will appreciate. Mostly kumbuyoku, since choka maningi, but mukangala this time, petrol from 31 to 28, almost 3 kwacha. Ngama ikulu ngatuka wika of full tank.
Chipangali District Council Chairperson Maxon Nkoma has called on government to urgently intervene and protect the interests of tobacco farmers following serious disruptions during the 2025 tobacco marketing season. Mr. Nkoma expressed concern that several tobacco companies have failed to purchase crops from farmers, triggering widespread panic and distress among growers who are still holding on to unsold tobacco. He said his office launched physical inspections at major tobacco market flows in Chipata and Lusaka after receiving a wave of complaints from farmers in Eastern Province. The inspections confirmed that most government licensed buyers at the Chipata main flows had halted purchases, leaving many farmers stranded. at the JTI Baobab floors. Mr. Nkoma noted that the company was nearing its seasonal purchase target, yet many of its contracted farmers still had unsold tobacco. Meanwhile, the situation was more dire for farmers contracted by the Tobacco Trading Company, TTC, who have been left with over 2,000 bales of tobacco after TTC failed to buy due to financial constraints. Given the scale of the crisis, Mr. Nkoma urged the Ministry of Agriculture and the Tobacco Board to take immediate action to secure alternative markets. He warned that the apparent detachment of the Tobacco Board from the unfolding situation could lead to the collapse of the industry.
Risk analysis and interviews conducted with the farmers revealed that some of the field officers from JTI were conniving with the vendors to sell tobacco on the names of farmers without the farmers being consulted, a situation which has resulted in some of JTI farmers being stuck with the tobacco at JTI offices. And if you drive through there, you see a lot of vehicles parked outside. These are not ordinary tobacco dealers, but these are farmers that were contracted by JTI to produce tobacco. And at the main floors in Lusaka, we only found one company which is buying, hair and cotton. The rest of the companies have stopped buying. And if you were to go to the main floors at the Tobacco Association of Zambia today in Lusaka, you find that over 200 trucks have been marooned.
We now take a break. Still to come, sports news. Stay with us.
The Zambia ABSA Marathon is back. Be part of Zambia's biggest and most anticipated marathon. Join us on the 6th of September 2025 for a day of fun, personal milestones, and unforgettable memories. And now with the World Athletics label, you don't want to miss a chance to write your fitness story. Register today at absamarathonzambia.co.za. Get your slot at 600 kwacha or 500 kwacha when you pay using any of your ABSA cards. Your story matters. ABSA.
And in sports news now, Copper Queens coach Nora Harpley praised her side's determination and overall performance in their Total Energies CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON 2024 opener. Speaking during the post-match press briefing, Harpley confessed that the game tested her team's tactical and mental fortitude. She noted that Zambia controlled the game for long periods and should have capitalized on several chances to put the contest beyond reach. Despite losing first-choice goalkeeper Catherine Musonda before kickoff due to medical reasons, her replacement Ngambo Musole stepped in with a confident display.
A good atmosphere in the stadium. We enjoyed it very much. Basically, I think we had a better start in this game. We were up 1-0, and I would say over an hour we've been in full control of the game. Our game plan worked well. The players were very determined to execute the game plan. We conceded then a penalty, and if we review the scene, I cannot judge now over it.
Meanwhile, team captain Barbara Banda confirmed that the 2-0 draw was not the result the team wanted, but was quick to applaud the team for their performance. Banda made history last night by scoring the fastest goal of the tournament when she scored Zambia's opener 58 seconds into the game. She revealed that Copper Queens have picked positive lessons in a highly contested encounter and promised that the team will make amends on Tuesday when they face Senegal on match day 2.
I feel good, and tough game that we had against Morocco, but I think I'm proud of the team. We tried to contain them despite giving them a goal in the last minute. I think as a team we need to focus when the game is running toward the end, and we are going back to our drawing board and see where we have mistakes, and hoping the next game we get a win. Like I said earlier on, it's just
The game between Copper Queens and Senegal is scheduled to kick off at 18 hours Central African Time. Now, as we leave the headlines once again. Police reinforcements from the mobile unit have successfully displaced of over 25,000 illegal gold miners from Kikonge area of Mofumbo district in the northwestern province following their arrival in the area. The Ministry of Community Development and Social Services is currently dispersing 1.2 billion kwacha in social cash transfers to more than 1.3 million targeted vulnerable and poor households across the country for the May-June 2025 payment cycle. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development's Permanent Secretary for Administration, Dr. Gabriel Pollen, has emphasized that Constituency Development Fund CDF projects must deliver real and measurable impact in communities across Zambia. Copper Queens coach Nora Hoble acclaims her side's determination and overall performance in their Total Energies CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON 2024 opener. On behalf of the entire news team, my name is Imelda Chukwati. Stay tuned to Sun FM Radio and TV. Good evening.
Sun FM.
The Zambia ABSA Marathon is back. Be part of Zambia's biggest and most anticipated marathon. Join us on the 6th of September 2025